Hey guys, this is Montabon with my partner Matthew Angel, and today we'll be helping you guys memorize the Marxist ideology of the base and superstructure. But before we do that, let me introduce you to the concept itself so you can get a better understanding of it. First, we must pay homage to Karl Marx, the man behind the ideology of the base and superstructure. Karl Marx was a philosopher, economist, sociologist, journalist, and revolutionary socialist. Marxist theories about society, economics, and politics, collectively understood as Marxism, explain how human societies progress through class struggle, the conflict between ruling classes, known as the bourgeoisie, and that control the means of the production and working classes, known as the proletariat, that work on these means by selling labor for wages. The base and the superstructure gives us an understanding of societal structure from an internal point of view of the views of Marxism. Karl Marx believed that all class societies can be broken down into a structure composed of two essential parts, the economic base and the ideological superstructure. Now first I'm going to explain the bottom half of the spectrum, which is the base. The base compromises the force and relations of production, which are employer-employee work conditions, the technical division, and property relations, into which people enter to produce the necessities and amenities of life. It also explains the roles these individuals play, and the materials and resources involved in this production regarding these necessities. Now, Marx then splits the base into two categories. One, the productive forces, and two, social relations. Now, productive forces are technology, machinery tools, and raw materials and means of these production. Productive machines such as trains, mines, and all forces of production are examples of what it is done with. Now, secondly is social relations, which is the class and economic relationship in the modes of production. This is the relation between a proletarian and capitalism boss, for example. Since capitalists have control, the proletarian must integrate himself within that society so he is able to work. Class and general relations within the production and how production is arranged and done are also views of social relations. Now I'm going to go into the superstructure. It is the top half of the spectrum and could be also known as the ideological superstructure. Now, this refers to all the other aspects of society. It includes culture, ideology, for example, worldviews, ideas, values, and beliefs, norms and expectations, and identifies that people inhabit social institutions, for example, education, religion, media, family, among others, the political structure, and the state, for example, the political apparatus that governs society. Marx argued that the superstructure grows out of the base and reflects the interest of the ruling class that controls the base. So in other words, it justifies how the base operates and the power of the ruling class. To reiterate and put it into simpler terms, the superstructure explains the ideas of norms and relationships. The set of ideas of relations regarding religion, morality, and politics are all examples. Most defined part of superstructure, though, is from a capitalistic perspective, and when liberalism during the conflict against feudal order and the bourgeoisie, in that liberalism was the ideology of the capitalist. We could also see examples of ideology in Hollywood films today. Now, before I help you guys memorize, it's time to connect the two and go a little more in depth of this ideology and how it is important to recognize that neither the base nor the superstructure are naturally occurring, nor are they static. They are both created by people within the society, and both are the accumulation of social processes and interactions between people that are constantly playing out, shifting, and evolving. To put it simply, the superstructure maintains the legitimates the base, and the base shapes the superstructure. Their relationship is not isolated, but causative with one another. Finally, the base determines the superstructure. One example is the arrangement of production and advancement in productive forces, or the base, will cause changes in the superstructure. During the shift from feudalism to capitalism, we saw changes in economic relationships that were altering society. And as a result, representations of things such as religions changed. Now, now that you have a better understanding of the base and superstructure, here's an effective way to memorize the concept. Now let's think about the human body. You can relate the base and superstructure to the functions of your body. Think of the base of your body from the neck down. Everything that causes you to produce, whether it be cooking, lifting, building, and creating things through the use of your hands, legs, and core. That can be directly related to the function of the base. Both create means of productions for the things you need and otherwise necessities and amenities of life. Now let's look at your body from the neck up. The head, and more importantly your brain, form your ideologies, shape your culture, and affect your religious views, for example. The superstructure is, in a sense, where all your ideas come from, therefore mimicking the functions of your brain and the way you think. So in perspective, the body is the base of the mind, which in this case acts as the superstructure. Hopefully this video helped you remember Karl Marx's ideology of base and superstructure. Thank you guys for watching.